They told him he was too small, too weak, too fragile to ever make it. At just 10 years old, doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency that threatened to end his football dreams before they even began. His family couldn't afford the $1,500 monthly treatment he desperately needed, and the local clubs in Argentina turned their backs on him. This is the untold story of Lionel Messi's darkest days, the struggles that shaped the legend we know today. Before the 8 Ballon d'Ors, before the World Cup glory, before becoming the greatest footballer to ever grace the pitch, there was just a small, determined boy from Rosario fighting against all odds. Today, we're diving deep into the painful journey that forged Lionel Messi's iron will. In the humble neighborhoods of Rosario, Argentina, a young boy with extraordinary talent was facing a cruel reality. At an age when most kids worry about homework and playground games, 10-year-old Lionel Messi was confronting a diagnosis that threatened everything he dreamed of: growth hormone deficiency, a condition preventing his body from developing normally. Without expensive daily injections, he would never grow beyond 4'7". His body would remain fragile, easily broken on the football field, where he desperately wanted to belong. The treatment cost $1,500 per month, an astronomical sum for his working-class family in economically devastated Argentina of the late 1990s. His father, Jorge, worked in a steel factory. His mother, Celia, was a part-time cleaner. They had 3 other children to feed. The math was impossible. Leo continued playing for his local club, Newell's Old Boys, dazzling everyone with his supernatural ball control and vision. But his size remained a constant obstacle. Opponents towered over him. Coaches worried he was too fragile, and the clock was ticking on his condition. His father desperately approached River Plate, one of Argentina's biggest clubs, begging them to sign his son and cover his medical treatments. Their response? "He's talented, but too small. We can't take that risk." Imagine being told your body would betray your dreams. Imagine watching your parents sacrifice everything, selling possessions, working multiple jobs, just to give you a fighting chance. Imagine the pressure of knowing they were betting their family's future on your talent. This was Messi's daily reality at just 11 years old. When local options disappeared, Jorge Messi made the most desperate gamble of his life. With nothing but a distant family connection and Leo's homemade highlight tape, he secured a trial with FC Barcelona, over 6,700 miles away. The Messi family couldn't even afford proper flights. They cobbled together loans and savings just to make the journey to Spain. They arrived as complete strangers in a foreign land where they didn't even speak the language. Leo and his father stayed in a small hotel room for weeks, waiting for the trial that would determine their entire future. Every day, they would take public transportation to the training grounds, Leo's stomach in knots, his father's face lined with worry. Then came the moment that changed football history forever. Carles Rexach, Barcelona's sporting director, watched the tiny Argentine boy for less than 30 minutes before turning to his colleagues in disbelief. "We need to sign him immediately." Legend has it that Barcelona was so desperate to secure Messi that Rexach signed the first contract on a paper napkin, fearing another club might snatch this once-in-a-generation talent. But the struggle was far from over. Spanish football regulations didn't allow for such young foreign players to be signed. Legal battles dragged on for months. The Messi family lived in limbo, unable to return to Argentina, but without secure status in Spain. Leo's growth hormone treatments hung in the balance. For a 13-year-old boy, the pressure was unbearable. He was separated from his mother and siblings. He barely spoke Catalan or Spanish. He was an outsider, constantly stared at for his diminutive size. Homesickness consumed him. In La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy, the other boys nicknamed him the Mute because he barely spoke. What they didn't understand was that behind his silence was a mountain of anxiety, fear, and loneliness. Many nights, young Leo cried himself to sleep. His mother Celia eventually moved to Spain with Leo's siblings, but his father had to return to Argentina for work. The family was split across continents, making enormous sacrifices for Leo's future. Even at Barcelona, coaches worried about his physicality. Would the growth hormone treatments be enough? Could his small frame withstand the increasingly physical demands of professional football? Would he ever develop the strength needed to compete against grown men? Every injection, every training session, every youth game, each was a step on a tightrope with no safety net. If he failed, his family had sacrificed everything for nothing. Then came another blow. At 14, Messi developed a career-threatening liver disease. Doctors prescribed medications that made him nauseous during training. Some days, he could barely run without vomiting. But he never skipped a session, never complained, never used it as an excuse. While other teenagers were enjoying normal lives, Leo was shouldering adult-sized burdens. His family's financial security and his medical future depended entirely on his ability to kick a ball better than anyone his age had ever done before. The pressure would have crushed most people, but Messi wasn't most people. At 16, he was finally called up to train with Barcelona's first team. Players like Ronaldinho, Deco, and Samuel Eto'o, superstars who had conquered the world of football, watched in amazement as this tiny teenager dribbled past them like they weren't there. Ronaldinho, the reigning World Player of the Year, pulled coach Frank Rijkaard aside after one training session. "This kid will be better than all of us," he said. On October 16, 2004, a 17-year-old Lionel Messi made his official debut for Barcelona's first team. The boy whose body had betrayed him, whose family had risked everything, who had endured years of pain and isolation, stepped onto the field as the youngest player to represent Barcelona in an official match. The rest, as they say, is history. But how many people truly understand what it took to get there? The daily injections, the family separation, the legal battles, the isolation and loneliness, the constant fear that his body would fail him. For 7 years, every single day, Leo injected growth hormones into his legs. 7 years of needles, side effects, and uncertainty. 7 years of carrying the weight of his family's sacrifices. Those painful years shaped the humble champion we know today. While other superstars flaunt their wealth and status, Messi remains notoriously private and unassuming. He understands the true value of struggle, of sacrifice, of fighting when nobody believes in you. His journey reminds us that our greatest weaknesses can become our greatest strengths. Because Messi was small, he developed unparalleled balance and agility. Because Messi was fragile, he learned to avoid tackles with supernatural awareness. Because Messi was an outsider, he developed a mental toughness that cannot be broken. His struggle against his own body taught him that limitations exist only in our minds. His struggle against poverty taught him the value of opportunity. His struggle against loneliness taught him the importance of family. Every obstacle became a stepping stone. When Barcelona won the Champions League in 2006, Messi was injured for the final. He watched from the sidelines as his teammates lifted the trophy. Many players would have demanded a medal despite not playing. Not Leo. He refused to celebrate or take credit for a victory he felt he hadn't earned on the field. That's the character forged through hardship. By 2009, the boy doctors said would never grow had become the most dominant force in world football. He led Barcelona to a historic sextuple, winning all 6 competitions they entered, an achievement no club had ever accomplished before. The following decade would see Messi shatter virtually every individual and team record in football history. Most goals in a calendar year, 91. Most goals in a season, 73. Most hat-tricks in La Liga, 36. Most goals in El Clásico, 26. Most goals for a single club, 672. Most assists in La Liga history, 192. Most Ballon d'Or awards, 8. But perhaps his greatest achievement came in December 2022, when after numerous heartbreaking defeats with Argentina's national team, he finally lifted the World Cup trophy. The boy who couldn't grow tall enough stood as the tallest figure in football history. Throughout it all, he has remained the same quiet, humble person who overcame unimaginable obstacles. Next time you watch Messi perform his magic on the field, remember this: Behind every moment of genius lies a childhood of struggle. Behind every trophy lies thousands of painful injections. Behind every goal lies a family who risked everything. The lesson of Messi's journey isn't just about football. It's about life itself. Your greatest limitations may become your greatest strengths. Your biggest obstacles may become your biggest opportunities. Your darkest days may lead to your brightest future. We all face our own growth hormone deficiencies. The things people say will hold us back forever. We all have moments when the world seems to conspire against our dreams. We all know the pain of being underestimated, overlooked, or counted out. Messi's story teaches us that these struggles do not define our limits. They reveal our true potential. So what's your too small story? What's the obstacle that others say you'll never overcome? What's the dream that seems impossible from where you stand today? Take a lesson from the boy from Rosario, who refused to let his body dictate his destiny. The boy who endured daily needles, family separation, and constant doubt to become the greatest of all time. Your struggles aren't punishments. They're preparation. Your obstacles aren't your end. They're your beginning. Your differences aren't your weakness. They're your superpower. Remember, greatness isn't achieved despite our challenges. It's achieved because of them. This is the real legacy of Lionel Messi. Not just the goals, the trophies, or the records, but the testament to human resilience. The proof that our darkest struggles often contain the seeds of our greatest triumphs. If a small, sick boy from a poor family in Argentina can overcome everything to reach the pinnacle of human achievement, what might be possible for you? The next time someone says you're too small, too weak, too different, or too anything to achieve your dreams, remember the boy who was told the same thing. Then go prove them wrong. If you found value in this story of resilience and perseverance, hit that subscribe button right now to join the Stowe Vibe community. We bring you these powerful stories of overcoming adversity every week. Together, we'll find the motivation to conquer our own impossible mountains. Subscribe now, and let's turn our struggles into strength. Until next time, keep pushing beyond your limits.